What's up, y'all? It's Otaku Tavern back at you with another video. Hope everybody is doing well tonight or today, wherever you are from. And if you like the type of content that I create, make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell notification so that you do not miss a video. And yeah, we're going to get into this. So this is part 7 of, like a toxic dating story. So anyway, in tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about 2 more. 2 more girls here, and one of them I mentioned previously in the last video that I did, but I'm gonna dive more into that story. So I probably won't really talk too fast in this video. There may be like times where I pause for a bit, and because I am playing this game as well.
Get ready.
So
the battle starts in 5.
Anyway,
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy thoughts, everyone. All you need to
So-
do is capture the mission area. Got it?
the first woman I want to talk about is a girl named Desiree that I dated. This was another over the phone relationship. I dated this girl when I was 17, and I'll be honest, I don't even remember what state she was from.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
But see, I met this girl on Pokemon Creator.
It's yours.
Back in the day, there was this game online,
It's ours.
and whatnot, but I met her off of that, and I ended up getting her phone number, and she sent me like a picture of her, and I thought she was pretty cute at the time. And sorry,
Right there. Damage sustained. Need assistance.
I kind of wish, really honestly, this one was very avoidable, but
Spider's nest active. Disrupted that. A nice deep freeze.
I mean, I guess when you're that age, you have hope, I guess. Anyway,
Mission area. Keep going.
so
I've got your back.
started talking to this girl from Pokemon Creator, and it told me her name was Desiree, and whatnot. And we started just talking about just random stuff, really, music and Pokemon, just different stuff, really. But
It's almost yours.
the thing was, well, this one, like I said, was very avoidable, what I'm about to say. But anyway, we hit it off pretty good, and like it's going real good and stuff. And I'm talking to her on the phone a lot. It was actually on one of my first cell phones. And
still the same.
Sorry, I keep yawning.
So much more.
But you know, when we started talking, right?
30 seconds before you attack.
I started noticing like red flags with this girl.
The year 2099? But you haven't aged a day, Natasha.
Like she kept on talking about
Balanced diet, lots of cardio.
wanting to
Super soldier serum. And I thought my magic
like
The battle starts in 5.
start like
4.
posting like a bunch of stuff on Facebook to me.
All you need to do is capture
Like she wanted me to add her, and at the time I told her I didn't have a Facebook account. She didn't believe me, and I actually really didn't have a Facebook account at that time, actually. Cause see, back when I was a teenager, you know, I was really big into like MySpace, right? Like I was really big into that, and I wasn't really into the whole like Facebook scene. Like I had made one once before, like when it came out, and then just deleted it because I just pretty much preferred MySpace. And like I deleted this Facebook, and you know, I told her I like MySpace and all that. Sorry, I keep yawning. You know, and like she eventually, I guess, believed me. I don't really know. I mean, probably not, I guess. But anyway, you know, she was like, "Well, what's your MySpace handle? I can make one, and I can add you on there and like tag you on everything and whatnot." But anyway, this went on for quite a few months. Like she got to be like, I wouldn't want to say possessive, like, gosh, I don't know the word, not clingy either, like, I don't know the word I would use. It wouldn't be those two words, like it, I don't know really the word that I would use, but anyway, she, you know, kept like wanting to tag me on stuff, and like I would try to post like music and stuff, and then I had this one girl on there who I used to talk to, and I will talk about her at some point. She was one of my first girlfriends, actually. This girl, the girl, not Desiree, but this other girl. See, I had this other girl on MySpace. She was like in the emo and scene crowd, just like I was, and she would be, you know, she went by, like on MySpace, she went by the name Envy, and that was just her MySpace handle. That's not really her real name. But anyway, this Desiree, she saw that like I had this girl on there, and she asked me about it. She said, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's a friend I've known for you know, that was like, that was my ex. You know, I've known her for 3 years, because it was like 3 years, because I dated this girl when I was like this Envy when I was like gosh, 14, 15. And we ended up breaking up because of like distance issues and whatnot, but anyway, I still would like talk to her about music and such.
Heroes don't wait for opportunity to strike.
30
Like-
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
She actually introduced me to
Tiger Division
like a
has had
couple
its
of
eyes on you
bands
for a
that
long
I
time, Castle.
still listen to today.
But I don't work for any
But anyway, so this Desiree, she
Starts in 5,
gosh,
3, 2, 1. All you need to
She
do is
would,
capture the mission area. Got it?
Looks like rest and relaxation, ain't it?
you know, be asking about this and trying to like post and stuff, and then like it. I don't want to say they were arguing back and forth. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but like I could tell that this Desiree didn't like that I had her as a friend on there,
Hunt resumes.
and that we talked about music.
Less damage.
But anyway,
Heavyweight finish.
this Desiree ended up getting mad,
Need some help. I like the cold.
and you know, she like
I've survived so much worse.
she got like really, I guess, agitated maybe. I don't know the type of like, sorry, I gotta show this in my Discord server. I don't really know like the type of like how I would really say, like what word I would use, honestly. Like she just did not like the fact that I had this girl on there, and I told her, I was like, you know, I don't really talk to her all the time or nothing, but like she usually like will introduce me to some band or tell me about some music or something. And she was like, well, I don't like that, so I'm gonna end it. You know, me being, I was 17 at the time, and it was like, it was an over the phone relationship, so I mean, at that age it doesn't really matter, I guess. But anyway, she ended up breaking it off, and like she was talking to like other dudes and whatnot, and it was like, I don't know, the hypocrisy was real, bro. But it's like I just couldn't be what she wanted, I guess. Is how, I mean, cause she was like, she was 19. I was a little younger than her. Like, she even told me, like, wanted me to move down to her state. I forget the state because it's been so long ago. Like, I don't really remember all those details when it comes to like states. I mean, most of them I do, but I actually I think it might have been Texas, maybe. But anyway, like, you know, she ended up breaking it off with me. But anyway, yeah, we talked like for months, bro. Like, I met her on Pokemon Creator, and
I'm hit. Cover me.
it wasn't a really long relationship,
I am ready to put on a show.
but
Keep up the momentum.
I mean, I guess it was a relationship nonetheless. I mean, just an over the phone one, I guess, but like,
Nothing can truly harm me.
you know, I was younger, you know, and didn't really. I mean, now I get what she meant, but like the fact that she was being hypocritical, talking to other dudes is what gets me. That's the problem, you know, because like you're gonna say this about me, but yet you're doing really the same thing, you know, like. But gosh, I'm sorry, my allergies are bothering me today too, so I may have to mute the mic for like sneeze or something. But anyway, like, I wish that, you know, I just really avoided this girl altogether, to be honest, because it truly was pointless. I mean, it was a waste of time. Because, like, I didn't want to move to her state anyway. Because, like, I do believe it was Texas now that I think about it. But, like, you know, that state's too hot, bro. Like, at least for me anyway. But I mean, that's pretty much where that story ends, really, I guess. I mean, there's not really too much to tell. But, like, anyway, like, as far as the red flags go, I guess one of the biggest red flags was the fact that, like, she met me on Pokemon Creator, and, you know, she didn't really know me all that well, so to say, and she just wanted me to move to her state. You know, and I mean, I knew her, I didn't know her all that well, obviously. I mean, I knew her a little bit, like, I wouldn't say, like, know her that good.
Top-notch team to win this one.
But
I am the Phoenix. Behold my cosmic might.
I don't know, like, she seemed like how do I say this? Like, she seemed like she just kind of just did this randomly. Like, there's probably no telling how many others she told that to. I have a lot of reasons to believe that, like, based on, because, like, the way she kind of acted about it, like, I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was weird. It was a red flag, you know. Obviously, now that I look back on it, but
is it true you've been fighting your way across realities, searching for your kid's sister?
Aye. And now that I have
like,
found Lausa, I will let none harm her ever again.
I think,
I get it, doll. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do to keep my kids safe. Even Doctor.
The battle starts in 5, 3, 2,
I think, you know, when it comes to situations like that,
so this is where they forge immortal weapons, huh?
because I didn't meet this person in person, right? I didn't meet her in person. I just met her off of a computer game, you know. I mean, maybe if it went on long enough, you know, maybe I would have met her, but maybe that's a maybe. But, like, you know, I don't know. She really seemed like desperate, I guess I would say. And she wasn't, like, you know, she was a very pretty girl. She wasn't, like, I mean, you know, she wasn't like the best looking woman. You know, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, she looked pretty good, you know, and she was very nice and stuff. It's just the hypocriticalness was real, like, cause I ain't gonna put up with that, bro. Like, I mean, I actually like was like, no way. No way in heck, but anyway. The second story that I want to talk about is a little different. So, this girl here, now I do remember this. This girl was from New Jersey, and she was the emo type. We actually not anime, but we talked about like cartoons. You know, like Cartoon Network stuff, or you know, like this was in like early 20-teens, like gosh, maybe 2011.
Couldn't have picked something faster.
Yeah, 2011. And you know, I met this girl on Facebook because in 2011 I had a Facebook at that point. I had made another one because MySpace was dying out and all that. So, you know, like,
Reborn again. Good times.
I saw this girl, you know, I thought she looked real good, and I'd added her as a friend. I messaged her and stuff like that. And, dang it, Jeff. You know, we talked about cartoons and different other shows, music interests, obviously, and we hit it off pretty good, I guess. I mean,
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
but like, the thing is with this girl is like, she would ghost me, right? Like, you know, she would start ghosting, and you know, it'd be days when I didn't hear from her, and I mean, I kind of had a good idea what might be going on. I couldn't prove it at the moment, but like, I was like, yeah, she's probably talking to some guy or something. And you know, like, she sorry, I'm talking extremely slow tonight. My allergies are really bothering me. She got to where she would just really ghost, right? But before that, you know, before she got to where she would ghost, she was actually pretty pleasant to talk to, actually. You know, she wasn't like rude or anything. You know, she was a type, she wanted to talk on the phone a lot. So, like, she didn't really like the texting, so she says. I mean, later on I found out that was a lie too, but anyway, like, you know, she she wanted to talk on the phone with me, and I was like, it's okay, it's whatever, like, I don't really care, bro, like, anyway, I mean, so I was talking to this girl on the phone, and, you know, just,
Hey, thanks.
kind of like seeing, like, it wasn't really going to go much anywhere, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and, you know, just kind of winged it, I guess, but, you know, we had, well, shoot, what's that thing called? On Facebook where you can send like a relationship, marriage request, or whatever your relationship status is, right? You could send her like a request, like I don't really know what you call it. I'm not big into that kind of stuff, like social media, so I don't know if anybody watching this right now is into that, but like you could send, like, it would show up on your profile, like, in a relationship with so and so, or married to so and so on such and such date, or whatever, right? Like, you know, you could do this, and, you know, me and her had the in the relationship, right, thing, and, you know, we would, you know, we would talk and all that, but, you know, like, just something wasn't really adding up, right? Like, no clue. Yeah, I know you won't know.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
Like,
Some uninvited guests.
so she had this guy she knew, on Facebook, right? Apparently they talked about like music and, you know, stuff of the like. Hey, how's it going? You know, they would talk about music and such and whatnot. So it's like I didn't really think anything of it. Like I said, you know, I was younger back then. I didn't know everything I know now, and, you know, learned later on a couple of years after that. So a couple of years after that is when I really started learning a lot of things about toxic behaviors. You know, because I started piecing everything together, everything made sense, you know, all this kind of stuff, right? So it's like I've been knowing about this stuff for a long time, but, you know, anyway, as far as this Heidi girl, you know, we would, you know, just talk and such, and all of a sudden one day, like, she just messages, right? Like, I hadn't heard from her in 4 days. And I was like, you know, I haven't heard from you in 4 days. And she was like, oh, yeah, I've just been busy. You know, like, and all this. And it's like, I knew this was a lie. Like, because obviously, you know, on the Facebook, hey, how's it going? On the Facebook, like, it would say, like, you know, active now. It was back when like, then it would say active now, and so I knew she was on, and I pieced it together. She had to have been talking to this guy while she was active on Facebook, right? And, you know, I was like, well, what exactly, like, is going on here? Because, like, you know, she 4 days no response is a concern. Yeah, I agree. Got a bad feeling. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, this girl was just a relationship over the phone. You know, she was from New Jersey, and
30 seconds before you attack.
you know, this was back in 2011. Like I said, this was 15 years ago. So anyway,
Felix is watching you.
so you know, she comes back. She starts talking a little bit about
Beings are not eager to face judgment.
like some cartoons and such, like nothing ever happened. I was like, you know, I was like, so you expect me to just sit here and talk, you know, after you just ghosted my ass like this?
All you need to do is
And
capture the area. Got it?
she was like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's like, you know, I knew that was BS. I walked right into that Punisher. I knew that was BS, right? Like, but
The Phoenix burns once more.
she gave out no update. She will be gone for 4 days. No, I mean, and that even another thing. Like, if you're dating someone, that's way too long, bro. Like, but like, dang. Anyway, so she gets upset and mad that I'm calling it out, right?
I've come back from
And so I'm sitting here, I'm talking to her on the phone, and she's like, well, she's like, then I guess it's better if we just break up. And I was like, yeah, I guess so, because, you know, you're never there. Like, you're just ghosting and crap. It's like, I ain't gonna deal with this. Bro, I kid you not even 5 minutes later, I went to go and take off the relationship request, right? That was on Facebook. Like, I went to go take it off. And, well, she had already beat me to it. However, you know, I decided, I was like, well, maybe she just blocked me. And, come to find out, she didn't block me. However, I checked her profile, right?
born again.
You know, to see if I was blocked, right? And I wasn't. And I noticed something very interesting. I noticed that her profile now said in a relationship with this very guy. She said she would talk about like music too and just all this other stuff, right? Like, I mean, not even 5 minutes later, like, I seen that they were apparently already in a relationship. So it's like, you know, and so I messaged her again. I was like, so, you know, you've been cheating on me this whole time, yada, yada, yada. And then she blocked me, right? Like, she didn't really say anything, like, because she knew she had been caught, right? Like, I already had caught it. And, you know, it was just very pathetic, bro. Like, I mean, but you really got to watch for these red flags, bro, because back then I didn't really, you know, I was just trying to find somebody, but like, yeah, you know, she cheated, and it was like, you know, I should have pieced this together the moment she was talking about this dude. Like, I should have pieced it together, but I mean, that's what you get for giving someone the benefit of the doubt, man. It's like, giving someone the benefit of the doubt is like crazy. It's like, you know, I hate to say it, bro, but like, stuff like this, man, it really makes you wish that, like,
No coming back from that?
you could go back in time and erase the fact that you even knew these people. Like, that's kind of what it, you know, on my opinion, like, I feel like that, you know, it really makes you wish that you didn't, like, that you could go back in time and then erase the fact that you ever met them. That way you could, like, erase the trauma, you could erase the heartache, the heartbreak, you know, the drama, the bull crappery, all of that, right? You could just erase it. But obviously you can't do that. But, like, you know, the thing is, though, is this Heidi actually taught me something. a lot about ghosting, you know, and she wasn't the one that I learned about ghosting the most from. But, you know, we got like, this is part 7, so 4 or 5 more parts of this little dating experience thing, and then I'll be out of women to talk about. But like, you know, because I've already talked about them. Not only erase, add back to your life. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like if you could erase, like not only erase time, like, you know, like those times you could add back to the. Yeah, I totally agree with that, 100%. That would make my day if you could do that, but sadly you can't. But like, you know, the thing that this Heidi girl actually taught me was like to not be a simp. Like, I hate to say that, bro, but like, you know, because I felt like at the time, you know, I definitely kind of simped for her, honestly. Like, I mean, as embarrassing as it sounds, it's just like, I mean, I guess all men simp eventually, like, to a degree. Like, they just gotta, like, get out of that habit and whatnot, but, like, you know, I simped over her. I really enjoyed talking to her. You know, we talked about, like, a lot of the nostalgic 2000s, like, freaking cartoons. I'm talking Codename Kids Next Door, like, Powerpuff Girls, all this stuff on, like, Cartoon Network. Even stuff on the Disney Channel, like Hannah Montana, or, you know, stuff like way back in the 2000s. You know, we would talk about it. And, like, you know, I really enjoyed that a lot, you know, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that I grew to love this woman. I would say, I mean, it could have, if it went on long enough, I would have, but, like, I should have really, at the time, known that was a red flag about this guy, how she was talking about it, like, but, you know, being 17 and naive, it also plays a big role in it. Now, I'm not saying that all 17-year-olds are naive. I mean, I've met some pretty smart 17-year-olds that are way more mature than, like, 40-year-olds. But, like, the thing is, like, you know, at that point in time, I hadn't had, like, many, like, girlfriends. So it's like, I wasn't, like, I mean, I was getting pretty experienced with, like, all the toxicity and stuff in dating, but, like, there was a lot of things I was still learning, you know? So it's like I didn't really understand, like, all of the stuff that was, like, going on, you know, in the dating scene, in the dating field, right? And, like, it's just, you know, it really makes you think. And because, see, there's this other girl I dated I'll be talking about next time, and I'll really have to watch what I say, like how I word it, because, like, I was a victim of something from this girl, so, like, I really have to watch how I word it, I guess. But, like, anyway, she, this Heidi girl, anyway, going back to that, like, she just randomly did that, bro. Like, you know, like, I didn't even do anything. You know, she just was that quick to betray me, like, and it was like she was betraying me the whole time, man. You know, so it's like, you really gotta watch, like, what you even, like, what you even talk about with these people. You gotta really observe. you really gotta observe and like do more observing than talking when you're getting to know someone. That's my like that's what I have to say is do more observing when you are, you know, getting to know someone, because it'll help you in the long run. But like, yeah, you know, anyway, so what was the lessons that I learned from really all of this for even talking about this? So the reason I'm talking about this is because, you know, the fact with the ghosting and like from the Heidi and like the ghosting, the coming back, like, you know, everything is perfectly normal, you know, also like the breadcrumbing. You know, I've talked about all this stuff on the channel for a long time now, and like it just goes to show that you really hardly can trust anyone. Like you know, like there's men out here and women out here that like want to date, but they're just so terrified. They're so traumatized by their past dating experiences that they're so scared that the next person they date is going to be the same or possibly even worse. So it's like, you know, I get that. I really do. I understand that, like, a lot. And sadly, this is only going to get much worse with like the dating, and it's just, you gotta really watch yourself when you're doing this, but especially whether you're dating in person, online, whatever, right? But yeah, like, you know, I learned a lot about ghosting that night, and you know, I learned a lot about breadcrumbing, like, and cheating as a whole. You know, like I said, I've been cheated on almost by every woman I've been with, and like, you know, the more you go through something, the more you learn about it. It's like, you know, if you, how do I say this? You know, if you go to the bar enough times, eventually you're going to buy a drink. It's kind of like that, right? Like, if you go to the circus long enough, you will become a clown. You know, like, so yeah, just make sure you watch and pay attention. But yeah, anyway, this has been another video. I'm not really going to spend too much time on these two, really. But anyway, yeah, hope you all liked the video. I mean, I know I didn't really go a lot too much in depth with this. There wasn't really too much to go in depth with, I guess, for these two. I just thought that I would go ahead and get this one out of the way. But like, yeah, if there's anything else you want me to like elaborate on or, you know, talk about, if I know about it, feel free to drop those in the comments down below. It's highly appreciated. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here, and I will see you all next time. God bless you all, and peace.